What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking in the Wheel Fix It team. I want to do a video on this Nissan Rogue that I'm working on. The blower motor done went rogue. And I had to find this sucker, man. And it's a 2013 model, what I'm working on here, but this actually would work for lots of different year model Rogues. Let me show you a procedure I went through to check the blower motor. I haven't got it out yet, and I assume that is bad because of what I've checked so far, which has led me to that point. So let me flip the camera around here. First thing I did was I was like, okay, I found some fuses that were under here, and I checked those, which didn't have anything to do with the blower motor, but so that saves you a little bit of trouble if you haven't started this job yet. And then, it's like, okay, if I'm not mistaken, it's it's in the center of the dash. So I pulled the little instrument panel out just to see if I could see anything, and I couldn't. And I don't even think as far as I know at this point, I don't believe you have to, even though, like, if you look at all that, it says pull instrument panel down and trying to, no, that's a useless step. But if you needed to ever take your instrument panel out, you just pull this thing pops off at the top, and then you've got a little plastic little bar thing that is right here. I took it off to get to the two screws. It just snaps in at the very bottom, and I even took the little panel off around the steering wheel just to make it a little easier. But that was a useless step. But two Phillips headed screws were right here and right there, and I popped that little bar off, and it's kind of hard to get off. So I actually took the two screws out while that bar was on there, and once I got it off, I was able to release that little trim piece off, so when I put it back, it'll be a little easier to get to the screws. But that was a useless step. But if you need to get a gauge cluster out, that's how you do, and it don't take long. So then I moved on. I said, okay. So I said, let me. I'm actually getting ahead of myself, but I first thing I did is check the speed controller, and in case you want to know where that's at, speed controller or resistor or whatever you want to call it, it's back here. There's a plug-in that plugs into it. I don't know if I could. Yeah, there we go. It's right there. I pulled it loose, and there was I can't remember the exact wiring, but I had a key on 12 volts power. I had a voltage that came on when I turned the switch on. Then there's like a square wave pulse that comes back to that blue wire's your square wave pulse to indicate from the gauge cluster, not from the gauge cluster, from your switch to what that speed controller is going to do. So you actually, if you put a little scope on that, you'd see little square waves, and it would differ as you turn the switch to the more higher speed. You change, but I had signal coming out. So just for that aspect of it, I can't get to the blower motor wiring. I just plugged in a good used speed controller that I had on hand to see if it would start working again, and it didn't. So I was like, okay. The blower motor itself is up in this, where I'm actually, I'm on the driver's side of the vehicle, and it's up in there. There's the 2-wire plug-in for it, and there's a series. There's one screw there, and I think there's one screw there. I guess there's one screw right there, and I think it turns it. When you take that screw out there, that fastener, you turn the blower motor either clockwise or counterclockwise, one of the two, but you got to turn it, and then it'll release and come out of this hole. But I had to get some stuff out of the way, so I pulled this little cover off that's going across there. Of course, I did check the fuses first. I went to that. There's a blower motor fuse right up here in these rows. I checked those. Those were good. And so I unplugged the switches first for the brake lights, and also the throttle accelerator pedal drive-by wire. And then there's this like little horseshoe looking bar or whatever you want to call it that's chilling up here. And once I got them unplugged, I could take the two 10mm bolts out, slide it down, turn it that way. It came out of there. Then I pulled the pedal assembly out of the way because that blower motor is going to have to come out through there. And I haven't got it all the way out yet, and I don't think I got to take too much more out. It said something about taking that servo off, and I may have to. That black box right here that you see, I may have to take this off because that blower motor's got to come out of that hole. So I believe I'll have to take these two screws out and set this thing, maybe unplug it and just set it out of the way. But basically, if you're doing this job and you're trying to find the blower motor, there it is. And basically, we're going to just I want to I'm gonna take it out and bench test it. I'm gonna put power to it and see if it doesn't work, then I'm, of course, sometimes bumping those things around, getting them out isn't always, bursters might go to working again, but right now it looks like it's that, because everything else is checking out good. And wish me luck on that. But basically, I wanted to show you what it took to get to that blower motor. So flip the camera around. Yeah, all right, so that's how you get to the blower motor on a Nissan Rogue, and a couple of things you can do to test it. And I wish you luck on your do-it-yourself endeavors. Take it easy, hit the like and subscribe, and please share this out. And like I say, hit that sub button. It helps this channel grow. Peace out, guys. I'm out.